Hello and Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is so nice to see you on this festive. Is this the second week of 2025? Is that right? The second week of 2025. How's the second week? It's good, fine. How is the dead of winter for everyone? It's been really freezing, the dead of Florida winter. Yes. How many people found boots and scarves, hats? How many people heat went on? Did your heat go on? Yes. When it dips below 80, that heat goes on here in Florida. So I've seen more UGG boots this week than ever before. So I'm excited, and it's a little chilly.
I mean, I walk my dogs at 7 in the morning. It was 47 degrees. It's cold.
It's 47 degrees. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to Chicago in a couple of weeks. It's going to be the same exact temperature as it is here, I feel like. It's going to be the same exact thing. No, it'll be the same. It'll be like in the 50s in the hotel room, I feel like. It's going to be a little bit, whoever thought to do a conference in January in Chicago was...
Wait, did you go to the one in Minnesota?
I did.
Yes.
Yeah, it was also, those were great. This is great. Let's do a conference in the middle of winter in Minnesota or in Chicago. It's a great idea. Super idea. Well, Shabbat Shalom. Hope you enjoyed our service. We'll see you later. That was it. If you don't know us, that's Cantor Muchnick right over there. I'm Rabbi Keller. If you didn't know you're at Congregation B'nai Israel, you are welcome. We are very happy that you're here. If you're here for the first time or many times, your prayer book is under your seat. Just reach right under your seat, and the prayer book should be there, and the prayer book should say Shabbat on it somewhere. Usually on the spine of the book, it should say Shabbat. Make sure you have a Shabbat one, because we have ones that also say weekday and festival, and those are lovely, but it's neither weekday nor a festival. So you should use the ones for Shabbat. So just to start our service, two quick things. You heard the cantor sing Shalom Aleichem to start the service, and we're going to be doing, of course, lots of music. The cantor is going to be singing like he always does throughout our service. Most of the music you'll be hearing tonight is from Debbie Friedman. Debbie Friedman, who is, if you don't know, a very famous Jewish musical artist, particularly in connection with the Reform movement and with Jewish summer camps all around the country for many, many years. In fact, her fame actually went so far to also name the cantorial school at the seminary that we went to is now the Debbie Friedman School of Music. So we mention her because her yortzeit was yesterday. She passed on the 9th of January of 2011. So usually around this time of year, around the date of her passing, we do a service that has a lot of Debbie Friedman music. So you might recognize a lot of it. It's usually very upbeat and very lovely and very welcoming. So a lot of our service is going to have Debbie Friedman music in it, in memory and in honor of the great influence that she's had on our movement for all these years. The other thing I just want to mention to you, of course, is that as we sit here in our congregation, we are connected very deeply to all of the families and communities in California who are in the range of the terrible fires that are raging there. So many homes and communities destroyed, schools, high schools and middle schools. Talking to a good friend of mine who lives there, and they said close to 65 to 70 of their families in their congregation have lost their homes. And the local schools, like I said. And so I don't know if you saw, but we put out an email blast to the congregation to be able to donate, and then all those proceeds go directly to the Los Angeles Federation through our local federation that connects directly, and every single penny will end up in the LA Federation. None of that goes for any other side money to help any processing fees. 100% of all the money that we are able to donate, and then particularly, hopefully, in the next weeks, will go directly to those families who are in need. So if you have not yet, you can go to our website, and the link is there, or look at the email you received, and be as generous as you possibly can to support all those families who really lost their homes and their neighborhoods completely to these fires. So just two thoughts for us to think about as we begin to enter our Shabbat service together. And like I said, we're thrilled that you're here. We're on page 2 in your Sidurim, in your prayer books. It's a pleasure to invite Tori Bandel to join us up here. She's going to be lighting our Shabbat candles for us and also helping to lead with our Kiddush. Again, we're on page 2.
Just kidding, it's Thursday.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chalek ner shel Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'halik ner shel Shabbat.
We're going to continue to bring Shabbat into our space and further even sweeten our entrance into Shabbat with the words of Kiddush. That can be found on page 5 in your Sidurim, page 5.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai melech haolam asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu v'shabbat kodsho v'avar rotzon kilanu zikron la'maseh breshit ki hu yom tehila marei kodesh zer litzim mitzrayim kivanu vatata votanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodsheka v'avahu ratzon hinkotanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat. Amen.
We continue now with Lecha Dodi, maybe the center blessing of our Kabbalat Shabbat service that prepares us to welcome in the Shabbat bride, that reminds us that we get to spend the next 25 hours with a little extra of everything, a little extra rest, a little extra of praying, a little extra, maybe a little extra wine, maybe certainly extra challah, and of course, wonderful extra time with our families. And so we're going to continue in a moment with Achadodi. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. 1, 2, 5, and 9. When we get to verse 9, we'll be standing and facing the door to officially welcome in the Shabbat bride. We're on page 20 and 21. Page 20 and 21, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. We continue now with Achadodi.
Shamor v'zachor b'diborechad ish mi'anu el ha'meuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad Shemo tiferet v'nitila echadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki mekor haberacha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maseh memachshava techila lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri ki ra'orech kumi ori shida meiri kevon Adonai alayich nigla lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'b'tzola tolchem unei am segula boi chala lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela lechadodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
Please be seated. We continue now with Chatzi Kaddish, which can be found on page 26.
Yitkada veyitkada shemei rabba bilma divrachirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael bagala uvizman kari ve'immeru Amen yeheshmei rabba mevorach Leolam lol mehamaya yitbarach ve'ishtabach v'yitpar v'yitroma mitnaseh ve'yitadar
mitale mitalal shemei kudesha berichu leila min kol bechata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata damiran be'olma ve'immeru. Amen.
We continue now with our call to worship with Baruch Hu, found on page 28, and together we stand. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר בדברו מעריב ערבים בחוכמה פותח שערים ובבנם אשר נאיתים ומחליף את הזמנים ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. Blessed are you Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you Adonai, who brings on the evening. Let's turn to page 32 in our prayer books, and let's read that English at the bottom together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. 34:35.
All these words which I command shall teach them diligently unto your children, and you shall speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, and when you rise up, and when you lie down, and when you lie down, and you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be for frontlets between your eyes, and you shall write them on the doorpost of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates, and you shall remember and do all of my commandments, and be holy unto your God, unto your God, unto your God.
Let's continue on 39, at the bottom of 39, and let's alternate paragraphs. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea, Mi Chamocha, on page 40. כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגואלו מאל חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We continue on the top of page 43. Let's read together on the top of 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts. We may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל ירושלים Hashkivenu, right there on the other side of the page, 42.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu shomreinu lechaim. Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom vehamidenu shomreinu.
We continue now with the Amidah, which begins on page 46, and together we stand.
Adonai sifatai tiftachu fi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei HaKol, V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Atagi por leolam Adonai, mechaye hakol atarav lehoshia, mashiv haruach umorida gashem, mechalkel chayim bechesed, mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, somech noflim merofei cholim, umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato lishene afar micha mocha ba'al gevurot ומידו מלך, מלך ממיץ ומחיה, ומצמיח ישוע, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
We take some time now to pray silently, beginning here on page 52 through page 62. Whenever you're finished, please be seated.
Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imiru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Shalom. שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן.
She was so smart when she wrote that music. Can you imagine a bunch of campers at a Jewish summer camp? She starts out slowly and quietly, and it builds and it builds, and then they're screaming and they're standing and and they're jumping. She's so smart in her in writing. It was good. I was always jumping and screaming. I'm not going to jump and scream now, so don't worry. It was more elegant. The Cantor Mashik did it much prettier. I'm not going to scream and yell. It's said that we each have three names. Our name that our parents give us, the name that people call us, and the name that we make for ourselves. Those are our three names. And three names particularly this week, I think, are really poignant and perfectly placed in our text for us as we enter the Torah portion of Vayechi. Vayechi is the last Torah portion in the book of Genesis. So we end a book this week, and it's been the wild ride of Genesis. They're all good books. All five are really good books. But once you leave Genesis, it gets a little more structured. There's a little more structure that sort of shows up. When you're in Genesis, it's all the stories of Abraham and Sarah and all these things where he asks her to say that she's his sister, and then there's Isaac, and there's the whole the Akedah, the binding of Isaac, and Joseph shows up, and the brothers. It gets all meaty and cool, and it talks about family dynamics and how messed up we all are. I mean, how messed up my family is. Sorry, and it's all fun and interesting, and so it ends this week. And the three sort of main characters, if you will, that's discussed this week for us. By the way, I'm going to stop halfway through the little sermonette I'm giving, and then I'm going to have Cantor Muchnick up and finish, because he's going to find the speech that he gave from his bar mitzvah, because this is his bar mitzvah Torah portion. So he's going to come up and stand. No, you're not going to come up here and be like, "Hello, my name is David, and I'm becoming a bar mitzvah today." You're not going to do that? It's not happening? No. Okay, fine. So, but it is truly though his. It's a good one too. Mine's better, but it's good. So yeah. So three major people appear for us, and we've heard about them for a while now. But truly, the large section is connected to Jacob in this week's Torah portion. A large section, and has for the last actually 4 Torah portions for the last month, have been attributed mostly to Joseph. And then this week's Haftarah, actually, which comes from the first book of Kings, that's in this week's Torah portion, is all about David. So is all about King David. So really, all three of these big, well-known people connect somehow into the end of the Torah. Again, Jacob, and then Joseph, and then David. And what's interesting, though, in all of this, in all of how the Torah portion works, that connects all of those three people, 2 in the Torah portion, 1 in the Haftarah, is that they also all die in this week, actually. So in the Haftarah that we read this week, actually it's the story of David dying and passing on the baton, if you will, to his son Solomon. And also when Jacob dies and Joseph dies, it's sort of the official era ending, because those are the forefathers and foremothers that end. And then next week we start Exodus, and we hear all about one guy most of the time, and his name is Moses. Very good. Those of you who said Moses, by the way, get to have a cookie afterwards. If you didn't say Moses, no cookie for you. I'll give you some other chances. At least 3 of you just got awake. You were like, wait, I don't get a cookie? I want to pay attention more now. Okay, so, and it's fascinating because if you go down this path, if you will, really, with Jacob, you connect to Esau. And Jacob and Esau were not that friendly of brothers growing up. You might think of Jacob sort of running from his brother. You can think about Jacob and the ladder that he dreams of, Jacob's ladder. Jacob was also wrestled with an angel. Jacob gets his name changed. So he's not just Jacob, he's also Israel. Very good. More cookies for you. Good. And then he also decides between him, he really is the father of all of the 12 tribes. So he through his wives, all produce the 12 tribes. And then he picks out his favorite of all of the children, and he gives that child a coat of many colors, and that's Joseph, which is great parenting, by the way. So if you have more than one child, I think it's a great idea, by the way, to pick one child that's your favorite and also tell the other children that this one is your favorite. I feel like that's very good for dynamics in the family. We do it all the time at our house. It's been very healthy so far. So, yes. Okay. And then we get to Joseph, and the story of Joseph is totally crazy because he's the one who gets the coat. He's like, I got the coat. So if you were the favorite, you also might not say like, I'm the best, I'm the favorite. You might say, no, we're all good, we're all one big family, but Joseph doesn't decide to do that. Instead, Joseph says like, I got the coat. And then the brothers dislike him. And then, as you recall, they want to kill him, which is bad. They throw him in a pit. He ends up in Egypt. He goes to jail, and then he becomes the viceroy of Egypt, like the vice president, if you will, of Egypt. And then he meets his brothers again. So crazy life for him. And then, of course, David, like I mentioned, King David. And then he also dies in the story, and like I said, passes the baton to Solomon. Whew. So Genesis is a serious book of incredible things that goes on. As I mentioned, the names at the beginning connect to these 3 major names. And Genesis, by the way, if you remember all the way back to the beginning as we began Genesis, it's the beginning of the creation story. So really there was none of the people yet. It was just creation and God, and then we meet Adam and Eve, and then Noach, and then all the way through the rest in the promised land, the matriarchs, the patriarchs, though the name changes, like I mentioned, the complicated family dynamics, all of that. And then, by the way, the gateway then moves for us into next week, which is Exodus. And we transition into Pharaoh, and a whole set of new challenges hits the Israelites starting next week. We have had a family dynamic system until now. And next week we find out the very treacherous and difficult words that a new king, a new Pharaoh arises over Egypt who doesn't know Joseph, and they get enslaved. The Israelites become enslaved for 400 years, and that's the story of the Israelites in slavery. So here's the question. We have now in front of us, at this literal moment, between now and next week, and then moving into the story of next week, we have challenges that lie ahead of us, clearly. We know at this moment, the Israelites are about to enter a bunch of challenges. Genesis ends beautifully. It's like a little bow on top. Everyone's really happy. Maybe. We'll discuss this more tomorrow at Torah study. Maybe everyone's happy. It looks like everyone's happy. The bow is really pretty. Yay, Genesis, yay. Thank you for cheering with me. And then, but next week, everything changes. And so I invite us to think about, by the way, and we get 2 of these chances. We had Rosh Hashanah to think about the precipice in front of us and the changes that are coming and what we're going to do. And now we just had 2025 start, and we're also at a precipice of what are we going to be doing into this new year? What are we going to be, the resolutions, right? Everyone talks about their New Year's resolutions. What are those going to be? What changes are we going to make? What adjustments are we going to make? Genesis is all about legacy. It's all about what we're going to do next. We need Jacob to get to Joseph. We need Joseph to get to David, and all the way down the line. That's what makes a true legacy work. So the story needs to be continued and needs to unfold, and we have to figure out what's our role in this story. What are we going to be in these moments? We have the text to help us, but what are we going to do as we unroll this new year for ourselves, the secular new year, and figure out what are we going to do with our challenges ahead? We know what's coming for them because we've read this before, but our new year is ahead. So we have to think about all of those challenges. And so on this Shabbat, I invite all of us to think of those three names. The name that our parents gave us, the name that people call us, and the name that we'll make for ourselves. So I hope that we will make a good and strong and wonderful and thoughtful and Jewish and communal name for ourselves this year, and also in the many, many years to come for all of us. Shabbat Shalom. We are now going to think of those in our community who are in need of healing, physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. We are thinking of Gary Bandel, Tori Bandel, Diane Brownick, Lauren Karajan, Scott Cohen, Phyllis Eisenberg, Rachel Greenfader, Dr. Deborah Shabbos Heller, Debbie Karish, Roberta Katz, Jeffrey Levitz, Laurel Mosley, Heather Nitch, Carol Porwich, Gary Riolo, Kathy Ruggiero, Jennifer Marie Salad, Jonathan, Mark Salad, Joshua Levy Salad, Miriam Schumacher, Sheila Smith, Nelson Soto, Eileen Valfer, Lori Wasserman, Michael Zoll, Leabat Rivka Golda. To those names, we had any name that you'd like to add at this time. Mishaberach, our healing blessing can be found on page 253 in your Sidurim, in your prayer books, 253.
And let
have some announcements for you on behalf of the congregation. And to share those announcements with you, we have the one and the only Phil Wishna, who is a member of our board of directors and also is the head of our brotherhood. And so he is here to share with you a myriad of upcoming things that we have going on here at Congregation B'nai Israel. There you go.
Thank you, Shabbat. Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome. I know we have some first-timers here worshiping with us for the first time, and I was fortunate enough to be able to greet them as they came in, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves tonight. We'll continue to grace us with your presence. I have a long list, but that's a good sign. That means that this is a very active congregation that does a lot of things all the time. So bear with me as we go on. So Purim is coming up, and we'd love your participation in our Purim spiel. This year's theme is, Cantor?
Motown Megillah.
Motown Megillah. And will surely be great, it says here for me to say.
I wrote it,
Okay.
so yes, it'll be.
If you are interested, why are you calling me Shirley? If you're interested in joining this year's production, please reach out to Cantor or Joanna Horowitz for more information. Interested in playing Mahjong? Come join fellow congregants and play at CBI on Mondays at 1 p.m., Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m., and or Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Very important, snacks and beverages are provided. Next Wednesday, January 15th, is our first Women's Torah and Tea Roundtable at 10 a.m. in the Joel S. Nadel Boardroom, which is upstairs on the third floor. Join Rabbi Kahn for a 5-session Torah study exploring the inspiring stories of women from each of the 5 books of Torah. Registration is required, and all women of CBI are welcome. Head to our website calendar to RSVP. You can find that on cbiboca.org. Next Friday, a week from tonight, January 17th, is Interfaith Shabbat featuring Pastor Brown from Ebenezer Baptist Church and our very own adult choir. Following the service will be an enhanced Chardonnay Shabbat. See, we do everything around here. That will be the Oneg. Then next Sunday, 2 days later, on the 19th of January, please join us at Ebenezer Baptist Church at 10 a.m. for a very meaningful service featuring both Ebenezer's and CBI's students and adult choirs. Disney Shabbat will be on January 24th, 2 weeks from tonight. This magical evening is always a crowd favorite with the entire service set to Disney tunes. Come dressed as your favorite character. Join your fellow CBI members and Spanish River Church community on Sunday, January 26th, for a meaningful outing to explore the Nova Music Festival exhibit in Miami. It's going to be $54 per person, which will include a pizza and salad lunch right here in the North Social Hall at CBI at noon, 1 o'clock departure by coach bus from CBI, 3 p.m. the group tour of the Nova Music Festival exhibit, and then we'll be returning back here about 5:30 or 6. If you want to just meet us there and not do the transportation, you could do it on your own, but you'd have to purchase your tickets at the door. And I think that's all I've got. Did I do it all? Yeah. Okay. Again, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to you newbies. I hope to see you again and hope to see you all again.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have not gone down to Miami yet to visit the Nova Festival exhibit, it is a must. It's here in Miami only for a short time till the 31st of the month. So if you haven't done it yet, you should definitely join us. Once again, it's super easy if you come with us because there's no parking there. It's a very small area. It's in a warehouse. There's no parking lot, so it's very difficult to get in and out. So it's be much easier if you want to join us. Sit on that bus. Don't worry about anything. It takes you right down to Miami Beach, and you go through the exhibit. It's powerful. It's difficult, but it's very important for us to see. Here at CBI, of course, and all over the world, but here at CBI particularly, we're very close to the thoughts of hostages and the situation and any changes that are happening in Israel. You can also see on our bima at all times we have an empty yellow chair that sits there, and that's in awful memory. We're hoping that will come down soon of the empty chair of all of the hostages that are not at home and all of the empty chairs that are in the homes of loved ones who also have not seen their loved one for over 400 days since the heinous attacks on October 7th of last year. So please make sure and register. We only have one bus, and we're sharing it, as Phil said, with Spanish River Church. And so please sign up, and please come be able to join us for that. Do you have anything else?
I do.
Oh my gosh, I love when you have an announcement. It's like, I don't even understand. I'm so excited. Yeah.
If you don't have any plans tomorrow night, I am participating in a cantorial concert up in Palm Beach at Sha'arei Shalom, which is right off of Hagen Ranch Road. I'll be singing with Cantor Carrie Barry, who just started at that congregation, but knows Rabbi Keller for, 30-something years?
Indeed.
Along with Cantor Jake Harris and Cantor Rachel Slusky. So it'll be some Broadway music, it'll be some quartets, some duets, and some Jewish modern reform contemporary type of music as well. It's tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
We have a duet we've been working on. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You should go, and I'm not going. So you should go, because I'm not going to be there singing. So that's why. It should be motivation for you to go, because you're going to hear him sing and not me sing. Tell him again what time?
It starts at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, Sha'arei Shalom off of Hagen Ranch Road.
Do they need tickets or anything? How do
You can buy tickets at the door, or you can go on their website, sha'areishalom.org, and purchase the tickets there as well.
If you need more information, Cantor will be at the Oneg, and he can give you a little more details. Yeah. So it's going to be great. And you're right. I've known Carrie forever and ever. She's fabulous, beautiful voice. So, okay. I love when you have an announcement. We're going to begin to conclude our service. Aleinu can be found on page 282 in your Sidurim, and together we stand.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at the season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing in the period of Shiva, the immediate 7-day mourning period. We think of Toby Appel. In the period of Shloshim, the immediate 30-day mourning period, we think of Melvin Rosenbaum, Arnold Schumacher, Sandra Tankus, and Peter Spaziano. And our yahrzeits that occur for us this week: Beverly Cantor, Nancy Klotz, Henry Trow, Lily Andis Mickler, Anna Frank, Aaron Worm, Charlotte Litvak, Shirley Cohen, Molly Silverstein, Philip Wiener, Jody Katz, William Litvak, Walter Waldman, Jodney Steinberg, Saul Siegel, Louis Pergament, Winfried Stark, Samuel Klotz, Yvonne Barrios Debutsky, Anne Cook, Lawrence Kessler, Sadie Stern-Schulman, Ida Bergman, Harry Nagel, Arnold Watts, Jack Foster, Ida Lampert, Martha Tell, Robert Borg, Sidney Bloom, Sadie Hodges, Charlotte B. Bernstein. To those names, we had any name that you'd like to add at this time. Kadisha Tome Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 294. Yitgadal v'yikadash Shemei Ramah, בעלמא דברה חיותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומייכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי וקדושה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, as together we say amen. Please be seated. We'll do a little motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
We conclude our service with Tivlad Haderech, our last piece of music tonight by Debbie Friedman. That can be found, if you'd like to sing along, on page 345 in your Siddur. 345.
May we be blessed as we go on our way. May we be guided in peace. May we be blessed with health and joy. May this be a blessing. Amen.
Shalom. May God give strength unto our people, continue to bless us with hope and strength and love and peace. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.